Hi everyone, welcome to my channel License to Row, where I'll be providing content on football tactics and analysis on European football and the beautiful game from across the globe. You can follow me on Twitter/X at Edward Stratman. And if you enjoy the video, I would really appreciate a like, subscribe, and any comments as I get started and hope to grow the channel. Right, for this analysis, I'll be focusing on Bradley Barcola's brilliant performance in PSG's vital Champions League win versus Real Sociedad, where his classy movement was a real key piece behind this performance on a night where he scored a fabulous first goal in the competition to stamp his mark, as he continues to go from strength to strength at PSG after a challenging start since joining from Lyon in the summer for 40 million. Obviously, for this game, it was just another sort of testament to the growth and how he's vindicating Luis Enrique's faith to give him those opportunities, and he's certainly thriving, and the fans are really enjoying it. Obviously, starting this one out on the left flank with Mbappe down the middle, Dembele on the right. He was a real thorn in Sociedad's side as he engaged in a great battle with Traore. There's just the base formation there. Obviously, there's just an example of his high and wide positioning where he added that width and depth to the attack to really stretch that Sociedad backline, which was really crucial avenue of breaking through their excellent pressing, which really caused PSG problems. So this is obviously a regular position you see him taking up, and this is before his goal. He's obviously got that 1v1 out wide. He's isolated with Traore. Obviously, Sociedad's defence is quite compact centrally. They're so worried about the presence of Mbappe and just supporting one another there. So after some really great work by Dembele, they switched the play, and Barca was typically holding that high and wide position. Just relishes those 1v1 isolation situations where he can use his skills, pace, just ingenuity like he does here. So you can see he skips past Traore beautifully, and that puts him in position to use this classy little finish, which he just dinks past the keeper. Thought he might have got the touch away from him there, but he just used his speed, powered past, and had the composure and sense of mind just to give it a little bit of airtime to sneak it past the keeper, Ramiro. And obviously a key feature of his game was his dovetailing with Mbappe. And this was just a nice situation here. Obviously Mbappe pulls out to the left to help him. Has that 2v1. The defenders sort of don't want to follow him there, and it just creates havoc for Traore there on what to do in this situation. Both men so fast, forward facing, ready to attack and add momentum into the passage. Here's another situation where they've got that 2v1 going out wide, just constantly causing dilemmas and making room for each other. This is a quicker attack, so Traore's out of position, so Barcola is primed to receive against the touchline, high and wide, ready to go. Another situation here where Barcola is sort of drawing his man Traore, which makes a little disconnect and a channel for Mbappe to run into, which he certainly does. Just getting those disconnects, creating those doubts, and then using that pace in behind with Sociedad's pretty high line. So they're able to cause some really havoc there, dovetailing and synergy. This is a little bit of a different one. Obviously, Mbappe pulls out wide, and Barcola just marauds forward into the centre to be the central striker and give them that reference point and target. So very intelligent stuff. Obviously, really adhered to the demands of Enrique, knew what to do and fulfilled his roles and responsibilities on both ends as well, because he was exceptionally defensively as well. Another key aspect of his game was the way he combined with Vitinha, with his movement obviously often heading out to the left to create those 2v1s. Obviously, Mbappe's drawn those players, drawn two after he's dropped deep. Vitinha's snuck into that space. You've noticed Beraldo providing the structural security, which we'll touch on later in case of a turnover. But Barcola's nice and high and wide, and they're ready to wreak havoc and just cause some confusion and headaches and dilemmas on the marking structure of Sociedad. He's obviously a nice rotation. They sort of had this staggered build-up down that side where one of Barcola or Vitinha would drop deep to support Beraldo when he was passing out. And this was pretty cool. They sort of do a little rotation. Vitinha plays the first touch pass into Barcola, who's spun around. Then he can receive forward-facing, add so much momentum and pace into the attack against a backpedaling, retreating Sociedad defence. Another situation where him and Vitinha, and obviously Mbappe as well, dovetailed quite nicely. Obviously, Barcola's smartly pulled his man wide when he's dropped deep. Mbappe's pinning his marker. The blown marking assignment there from Sociedad, and Vitinha just hits the channel, that nice space that his forwards have opened up for him. Very clever work. Another situation where he's used Vitinha as a real clever decoy run, just sort of a little subtle interchange there. And obviously he's drawn two men on the dribble, and Mbappe's there drawing a marker, and that offers the free man passing angle there. So just that dribbling threat, obviously so many weapons PSG have, but Barcola certainly, whilst he didn't have his best game, he helped maximise his teammates' ability to receive possession in advantageous areas with his movement. Another situation with that staggering build-up down that side. Obviously play that flick on and then attack the space that opens up as a result of the dropping. Obviously, that dropping deep, we were just talking about making that room for this time Ruiz to attack the space. Mbappe's pinning too. They don't want to leave him because he's such a huge threat. So PSG just facilitate this third combination, which Barcola is integral to as he gets that one-touch pass spot on into the path of Ruiz, and it's all nicely timed and crisply done. Obviously, another feature of his game was his blindside runs into the box as the Sociedad defense collapsed deep, are worried about those box areas and the runners. And also, obviously, Mbappe, such a huge threat. So he just smartly peel off and attack the back post, blindside, get a dynamic advantage, and you can see the whole field of play and what to do. Obviously, didn't score any goals through this avenue directly, but it was a constant threat for PSG. Just another situation, the blindside run, knows Mbappe is drawing too. He's got that flank free for him to just attack, ready for crosses and to receive and get on the end of them freely. Obviously, this passage broke down, but it just shows that he held his position, didn't get sucked towards the ball, knew the strategic benefits associated with just those blindside runs and how Mbappe was such a threat to draw markers. Another sort of unheralded feature of his game was his aerial work, where he provided a great outlet for goal kicks for PSG if they couldn't beat the press. Obviously, he won all of his aerial duels, which was very impressive. Has that great, did those flick-ons to Mbappe, nicely coordinated, where he has great leap timing, uses his athleticism and ability to read the ball's flight path and trajectory. Obviously, here, like we were saying, PSG often morph between a back four and a back three, but that back three shape with Beraldo providing the cover in behind down the channel just let Barcola have the freedom to go ahead 1v1, knowing that coverage was present. So, yeah, just a really great performance by Barcola. Obviously not his best, and there's plenty more to come, but the movement side of it and the positioning and the working in unison with his teammates and being on the same page was just so impressive. And obviously, special shout out to his defensive work where he tracked back, pressed aggressively, and just executed his role really well in a game where he forced 12 ball recoveries, made 7 interceptions, won all 8 of his defensive duels, won all of his aerial duels. So it's just so impressive and a testament to his work rate and effort, and just another reason how he stepped up on the big stage. All right, that's the end of the analysis. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Would really appreciate it. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video and have a great day. Stay tuned for the next analysis.